actually such a nicer place to be than I think any of us imagined it would be.
Yeah.
And now you're turning up and cheering everyone up as well, so
Not
nice
at all.
one for that.
Well, they are. They are very, very special people. They really, really are. And I mean, the families, as I say, I mean, I know because I've been in that position myself. But when they give such a wonderful support to the families. So I mean, the hospice movement generally, the Sobell here, they really, really do.
Rory, can I ask, is this the first time you've been here?
To Sobell,
Yeah.
it is. Yes,
So,
actually.
Okay, what was your impression? Because I've been here a few times now. Christian, for instance, this is his first time. Ali, it's his first time. Dee's been here a few times as well. And we were just talking about our first impressions. Because, I mean, the image you have of a hospice is that it's a dreary place. It's where people come to die. But, I mean, like, we walked in here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what was your impression when you walked in?
Friendliness, warmth, colour, light, you know, all of those sort of things. I mean, don't forget, I because I was in Newcastle at sort of about tea time this afternoon, so I had all of about 2.5 minutes, but straight away, I mean, people came out, there were 2 or 3 who work here, and they had smiles on their faces. They told me about the people that they're here, they're looking after, they're working with. They told me one or two of the things that they do. And yes, you're right. I mean, you think that they're sort of sad places, but I think most people who realise in this situation, you've gone beyond sad. Really, you've this is something that you've lived with for a while. Yeah, sometimes maybe a short while, but or sometimes a very long time. And this is a place where people kind of, they know the situation that they're in. And it's about how to for the patient who's often in a lot of pain, is how to manage that, and for the families it's how to prepare and to cope with all of the difficult demands, and that's what hospices do. And you know, as a society we're bad about talking about these kind of things, but you know, it takes a very special person to be able to help people through, to you know, to find the humour where there isn't in situations like this, and to keep the patients and to keep the families as cheerful as possible, but also as loved and as supported as possible. And that is done in an upbeat way. It's done in a you know, in a warm and a friendly way. And you don't find a lot of sort of really sort of long faces here. That's the thing. And I think they're overwhelmingly positive places.
Yeah, Sophie from our breakfast show went to speak to someone earlier today, a chap who's, I think, in his early 40s, diagnosed with terminal cancer, literally got weeks to live, if that. And we heard him on air earlier on, and he was cracking jokes like we are now, and you just can't imagine what they must be like. But
I had an uncle actually who was in Portsmouth actually, when we did the Rowan's hospice when it was open, because Portsmouth didn't have a hospice, and so it was like a queuing system, and you know, if somebody dropped out and all this sort of stuff. This is going back about 20 years. And I mean, he was still so cheerful, and the doctor they'd done tests and stuff like that, and I think he'd given him all the bad news and said, you know, it is bad, and you're in a very difficult situation, and all the rest of it. And so he basically told the news, and at the end the doctor said, was there anything you'd like to ask me? And he said, yes there is. There is one thing I'd like to ask you. He said, what's that? He said, are Pompey going to stay up this season? and that's the kind of thing. So you know, it's one of the ways which I think it's deep in our human nature that we find ways to find strength to cope with the situations, and I think yes, humour and you know, and positive energy is one of the ways that we cope with it.
Yeah, and we need your cash to do that, and like Gordon Brown, we desperately need support.
Oh, I need a great deal of cash actually. You know.
Could you give us the number again, Gordon?
01865 318 700, and I know that there's one business today that I didn't realise there was still one going in this country, but there is one business that's already given £1,000, and I think that you and your sister station, if I can say that, your sister station, Jack FM, I nearly said Jock FM again. Jack FM, they've been looking for businesses. So if you are a business in Oxford, firstly, well done, and secondly, are you prepared to give £1,000 as a business?
Come on!
So you can send a representative in to Sobell House and say, I'm a business in Oxford, here's my name, here's what we do, here's £1,000.
Yeah.
We set ourselves a little target earlier on, or actually a target really for the businesses of Oxford, like Allen Associates, who came on and pledged £1,000 with us earlier. We're trying to find another 9 businesses as generous as that before midday on Saturday, and we'll stand here and plug them all week long if anyone's prepared to do that. There's got to be 9 businesses in all of Oxfordshire who are prepared to do that.
We've got so you'll say 107.9 in association with Scott's Garden Machinery. There you go. All right, that's the way to do it. Anyway, that's definitely the way to do it.
Yeah, give us a call if you're a business or a person with a bit of cash lying around. 01865 318 700. Text GIVE, your name and donation to 60155. Text cost 25p, standard network rates.
It's like children in need all over again.
Rory, thank you so much.
Yeah.
That's okay.
I know you've come a long way to be with us today.
No,
and-
so I'm sorry to keep you waiting. It's
Oh,
it's
you're
further.
legend.
It's a
You're
long.
I'm joking.
Enjoy yourselves, and please give generously.
Give generously to the appeal.
Thank you very much.
Who the other appeals that you know, there's Griff on the Comet Roof, and they say, whatever you can do to save this wonderful building, Sobell Centre, on the outskirts of Oxford. Who else does it? It's Jonathan, isn't it? Jonathan Ross.
Yeah.
So there we go. You've got some spare cash. I've got some spare cash. I've got loads of it. I've got millions of pounds. I've got loads of it. So there we go. Give it into the Sobell Centre. 01865 318 700. That's fabulous. Off we go.
Women's session.